A collision between two cars and a school bus caused serious injuries, but tonight Sayed Shabir has learned they could have been much worse had it not been for a couple of heroes at the scene. Sayed.
That's right, Krista. There were multiple heroes that helped in this situation, but I want to show you what the scene looks like right now. The scene has drastically changed here in the last 5 minutes. They've actually brought in a hazmat team to come and clean up some of the diesel fuel that is left on the road. They just arrived here about 5 minutes ago. But going back to the heroes at play here, the school bus driver, I'm told, rushed the 20 kids on board out the back door. But tonight I spoke to the man who ran to the aid of the driver that caused this crash and pulled him out of his burning car. The school bus ride home for dozens of Eisenhower middle schoolers came to a screeching halt shortly after 6 this evening. It was trying to make a left turn at 38th and Leavenworth Road, but never made it through the intersection.
The black car was going westbound and was speeding and ran into the bus. And it pushed the bus into my lane and it hit me head on.
Becky Ryan was driving this white minivan. In the back seat was her grandson, Christian, who fortunately wasn't hurt. But it was a different story for her passenger in the front seat.
Immediately, my passenger started, bent over and started, moaning and saying he was in pain. And I said, oh, my God, there's kids on that bus. And he jumped out of the car.
Despite severe chest and neck pain, Marvin Brantley jumped out of the van and ran to help. He eventually needed to be taken to the hospital, but spoke to us over the phone from the emergency room. As he approached the scene, he noticed the driver that caused the crash was in worse shape than the kids.
I ran and opened the door and saw that he was bleeding and everything, and I asked some guys to help me. And I was trying to pull him out the car by himself, and then I noticed that the car was on fire.
Fearing the car would explode, Brantley knew he had to work quickly. Meanwhile, the bus driver had evacuated about 20 kids out the back door of the bus. Then he grabbed a fire extinguisher and put the fire out, while Brantley pulled the man to safety.
It was just instinct. I just saw somebody in trouble.
And you can see the firefighters hosing down the road here, trying to get that diesel fuel off the road. Now, Brantley, I'm told, did suffer some injuries to his ribs, but is expected to survive. Now, the driver of that Monte Carlo, I'm told, was taken to the hospital with critical injuries, but we do not have an up-to-date status on him at that time. Now, on the school bus, there were 2 kids on the bus that needed to be taken to the hospital as well, but they suffered minor injuries. We're live in Kansas City, Kansas tonight. Sayed Shabir, 41 Action News.